everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm back here at Hyundai of Trenton to take a look at this brand new 2024 Hyundai Venue. This is the SEL trim. The color here is green apple with a black cloth interior with a sunroof, which is a nice touch on a small subcompact SUV. So we're going to check out this Venue, see what it's bringing to the market in 24 in the SEL trim, and see if this is the super subcompact SUV you should buy for your daily needs. So let's dig in. Front end of the Venue, we're looking at green apple, which looks good against this, I would say, flat black with some chrome accent front grille with the Hyundai badge on the center cap. Now moving on in, we do not have any LED lighting on the front of the Venue. It's all standard lighting. Functionality in the grille top and bottom. And then as we come around to our wheel and tire setup right here, what are we looking at? Well, we got a 17-inch machined aluminum alloy wheel, Hyundai badge on the center cap, standard brake and rotor package. Now, these wheels are wrapped in Nexen all-season tires, 205 on the width, a 55 series sidewall 17s, all four corners, front wheel drive. Moving on out, full side profile, we do have flat black across our wheel wells and along the door sills, but it is a very small and affordable SUV, I would say. As we come on in, we have standard turn signals on the front fender, color matched on the side view mirrors, color matched front and rear door handles, left side fuel filler cap, up top color matched roof. We have brushed aluminum on the roof rails with a sunroof. Rear end of the Venue, we do have the, I would say, almost non-existent roof spoiler coming off the top, wiper down below on the glass, Hyundai badge in the middle, Venue underneath that, standard lighting in the back, flat black around the license plate area, and our exhaust is tucked up underneath the vehicle. We are under the hood of this 24 Venue SEL, and what are we looking at for a power plant? We have Hyundai's 1.6 liter naturally aspirated inline four-cylinder engine mated to an IVT transmission. 121 horsepower, 113 pound-feet of torque, MPGs, 29 in the city, 33 on the highway, 31 combined. The engine's minimum octane rating is 87, so you can run this on regular unleaded gas. All right, before we get into the interior, you're going to want to know, Mike, how much am I going to have to lay out? Well, the Venue is the least expensive model offered by Hyundai for sale. Comes in three trims, the SE, the SEL, and the Limited. So we have the middle of the road trim here. So what do we got going on? Base price for the 24 Venue SEL is $21,900. After options, which we'll go over later when I show you the window sticker, and $1,375 for destination and delivery from Hyundai's Ulsan, Korea assembly plant, we have a total MSRP from the factory of $23,825. So let's check out the interior. Starting with the footbox, a nice large dead pedal brake and accelerator. Would have liked to see some rubber finish on the dead pedal, protect that carpet. We do have the carpeted Venue floor mats in the vehicle at this time, but we do have plastic down to protect that from people getting in and out of the car right now. There's where your fuel filler release is, right there on the floor next to your foot. Seating wise, we're going to have manual seats for the driver and the front passenger, and then we're going black cloth, white stitching. Looks pretty good for a base interior. Then we have an insert design. Doesn't look bad on this little Venue. Door panels, well, there isn't much going on here. We're going to get all hard black plastic all the way around except for the brushed aluminum on the door handle. The armrest, no soft touch. It's all hard black plastic, so it's going to be a little hard on the elbows. Flat black on your switchgear. Small door pocket, standard audio system. Up top, all hard black plastic. Then we have an area maybe for the passenger to lie their phone in, but it's not rubberized, so things are going to slide around in here. More plastic, and then a nice large glove box. Infotainment screen, we're going to have Hyundai's base 8-inch infotainment system, but it is partially integrated, surrounded by two heat and air vents with some brushed aluminum, which looks good. But the nice thing about the Hyundai base system is wireless CarPlay, Android Auto. You can also Bluetooth your phone, get your media, go to your setup. We can go ahead and then, again, you can do your device connections from here. If you're going to do a Wi-Fi hotspot, you can set that up. You got your general settings that you can go into to set your clock. It is a touch screen, which is a nice touch, but of course all the maps and nav will come through your phone, right? We can go here and we could edit how we want our main screen to look. So that's a nice touch as well, but it's a very, very simple system. We can go to our media so I can take a look at that. There's the apps for the wireless CarPlay and Android Auto, AM, FM, no Sirius XM. Close that out. We go to reverse. Nice large backup camera, takes up the whole screen, nice and clear with trajectory, so that's a good deal. And as we come down, we do have the hard controls for your infotainment system, and that star is your favorites button. Four-way hazards. We have a volume knob right here and a tuning knob right here with still some plastic from shipping on. Here's our push button start, so they got you covered there. Down further, we have a single zone climate control, but that's fine. It's a very small vehicle. Underneath that, you have a USB-A, a USB-C, and a 12-volt, and an area to lie your phone, but it's not rubber, so it's going to slide around. And then we go to our gear shift. We do have the nice gator with the stitching, so I like that to take you through this IVT transmission. We do have drive modes, which we'll check out when we go through the dash. The dead switches, well, that's where the heated seats would go if this vehicle had heated seats. Then we have a manual emergency brake, 2 cup holders, and then here's your Hyundai key fob, and it looks pretty good. Lock, unlock, remote start, panic button, nice touch. And I do like the fact you get remote start on this little car. And then we have a semi-soft armrest, open it up, and a nice area for storage. Hyundai steering wheel, we have a nice leather wrap wheel with the stitching. I like that touch. Hyundai badge on the horn button, and then we're brushed aluminum down here. We have a round bottom wheel, but this is a very cube-shaped car, kind of like a Kia Soul, so I have plenty of room to get in and out of this vehicle, even though it's smaller. Now, on the left side, you're going to have your telephone voice commands, modes for your infotainment system, and your favorites button, as well as volume controls and controls for your digital dash. On the right side over here, you're going to have your cruise, safety suite controls, and that sort of thing. Now, no paddles. On the left here, we have our controls for headlights and turn signals, and on the right, front and rear wiper. And then down over here on the left, we can brighten dim the dash, traction control off, and we have a manual tilting and telescoping wheel. And then we have a fully digital dash here in this Venue. Not crazy with design, but it's nice to have one in here. If we take a look at our drive modes, we're going to go normal, you go blue, sport, red, and snow, back to blue. So they got some choices for you here. So that's a nice touch as well. And if you want additional information, you can just tab through, and some of these have, as you can see, other submenus you can go through as well. So it is really nice and easy to use. Overhead console, pretty simple. If you want your dome lighting to come on and off when you open and close the door, this button remains in the center. When you open the door, lighting comes on. Close the door, lighting will dim out. Now, here's the control for our sunroof, but the shade is manual. So you just take your hand, throw it back, and then hit the button, hold it a second, and the roof goes back. Nice and easy. Push it forward, hold it a second, roof goes back and closed, and then you can just move this back. Nice and easy. Sun visor with vanity and a light. So they got you covered there. And does it slide? Yes, it does. Rear view mirror wise, it's a standard framed rear view mirror. No home link, no auto dim feature here. Getting in the back seat of the Venue, I have the seat set for my driving position, so we'll hop on in. Plenty of room to get in. Flat top roof, no problem. Once I'm in, plenty of room for my head, shoulders, and knees at 5'11". Cloth, then plastic. No seat pocket behind the driver. A cargo net behind the front passenger. And then in the back, we don't have heat and air, but we have 2 USB-Cs and an area here for storage, maybe to just throw your phone in and get it out of the way. But I do like the rear seat connectivity in this vehicle. And now the back door panel, same as the front, all hard black plastic with some brushed aluminum on the door handle, and that's about all she wrote. Back seats, we have the cloth with the white stitching and the insert design, so that looks good. Now we don't have a center armrest, so Hyundai gives you this removable cup holder that sits in between the rear seat passengers for 2 cup holders. However, if you want to put the rear seats down, you're going to have to get rid of this because it blocks it from getting in the way. But at least they tried. Let me know what you think about this action though. But overall, back here in this really small SUV, it feels bigger than it is because of the cube shape, and it's pretty darn comfortable. Getting in the cargo area of your Venue, it's a manual tailgate. So you come to the back, right underneath here, there's a button you push and lift up. Now, with the rear seats up, 18.7 cubic feet of cargo space in the back of this Venue. It is very small. We do have the Venue carpeted cargo mat. We open this up underneath, and we do have tools and a spare. So thank you, Hyundai, for the spare. Now we do have some tie downs in here and some lighting right in here. So that's a nice touch. And we do have this removable tonneau cover if you want to get rid of that. But in order to get the seats down, you can either reach through and grab that lever and pull forward, or you can come around. And I'm going to leave the tonneau cover in. We'll come around and we'll pull these seats down to give you an idea what it's going to look like with the seats down. Again, right in here, pull that and just push them down. So now the seats are down, and what we're looking at here with the seats down is 31.9 cubic feet of cargo space. And for those of you that's like, well, I'd rather have a Kia Soul, it's not the same kind of vehicle. The Soul with the seats down was 62.1 cubic feet of cargo space. It's a much bigger vehicle than the Venue. This is really, I believe, a really good option if you're in an urban environment, you need to get in and around the city and in and out of those small parking spots and that kind of thing. I think this would go perfect for that. But again, I would take the tonneau cover out and put it somewhere. Let me know what you think. Venue window sticker, here we go. Zoom on in, 24 Venue SEL. Crash ratings, green apple and black. Standard equipment on the left. There's the options. Total vehicle MSRP. MPGs. Made by Hyundai in Korea. Let's take this baby out for a spin. All right, we're heading down the road in this 24 Venue SEL. Great visibility out the windshield, side glass, side view mirror, rear window, no problem. We got blind spot monitoring, cross traffic alert, lane keep assist. Really like that here in this super subcompact SUV. However, I would like to see LED lighting up front and LED taillights for safety. My whole spiel on this is, now, as individual Americans, we have to buy and spend extra money on LED bulbs for our houses. Can't buy regular bulbs anymore, so why should the car industry get away with putting in regular bulbs for your headlights and taillights? And I just think it's fair, right? That's my whole deal. But, you know, I don't have the lobbyists that the car industry has. So there you have it. But the handling's pretty good, right? Even with the small engine and low horsepower and torque, the vehicle is light. It gets it up to speed, no problem. Come here, brakes, hands off, nice and straight. Now we go down the road. And again, it's not going to be a quick car. That's not the idea behind this. But what is really impressive is a 16.7 foot turning radius in this Venue. So again, urban setting, tight corners, tight fit, boom, and around you go, right? You got people double parked on both sides of the road in the city who need to squeeze through. This is small enough. You need to squeeze into small parallel parking area in the city. This is small enough, and it holds enough gear for you if you need to put stuff in the back at just about 32 cubic feet of space. Again, about half the amount of space that a Soul has. Much smaller vehicle than a Soul. But this brings a couple of things that Soul LX we saw yesterday doesn't. Right? It brings USB-C connectivity. It brings climate control. It has a sunroof. So it has some extra things, yet it's about $1,000 more, believe it or not, for this SEL Venue. Of course, the equivalent trim, the SE, would be down around where we saw that Soul at, 22, in between 22.5 and 23, I think is where we had that pegged. But it drives well, handles well, the suspension's well damped, the visibility's good, the cube shape gives you more interior space. Even though it's a really small car, I feel very comfortable in here. I don't feel claustrophobic because it's too small. So that's good. I get digital dash. If you like that kind of thing, I get a snow mode, which the Soul didn't bring in the LX trim. I get a snow mode, even though this is a front wheel drive car. Not sure how they're swinging that, but I get a snow mode. And it turns really, really well. I really can't complain much about how this thing is set up. I just wish I had some soft touch on the armrests of the door. Those babies are hard, and after a while your elbow is going to get sore if you're driving down the road and you're resting your elbow on that armrest. So it would have been nice for Hyundai to put some soft touch on there to soften it up a bit. That wouldn't have cost them too much to do that. And the other thing we get is manual mode. So we're going to zoom this over to manual mode, and we're going to shift with the gear shift. So let's see how this goes. 3, 2, 1. Not bad. Not bad at all. Doesn't do much for the acceleration. And now we're going to downshift. Handles it pretty well. And now back up. Back to regular drive. I don't know how many people are actually going to use the manual mode in a Venue, but it's there in case you want to do it. No paddles, but that's cool. You can just go ahead and shift up or shift down with the gear shift and pretend you got a 6-speed. Why not? And down the road we go. Piece of cake. So let me know what you think. This 24 Venue SEL, is this the kind of action you're going to be driving down the road in that you need in your daily life to get through your activities? Let me know what you think in the comments. Or is this too small? You need to go up, maybe go to the Kia Soul instead, get a little bit more room. Let me know in the comments. So you're going to go somewhere else with your hard-earned money. Put that in there as well. But I do want to thank Hyundai of Trenton for allowing the channel access to this 2024 Hyundai Venue SEL in green apple for a review today. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please consider subscribing and turn on that notification bell so you'll never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.